Hey guys, Original Boris here, back again for another movie review. Today I'm gonna review a movie based on a true story about a serial killer. The movie's called Dahmer, on a good old VHS Blockbuster used copy from back in the day. There's been a lot of movies about Jeffrey Dahmer. I remember when I was a teenager, I was really into serial killers, and I was really into Jeffrey Dahmer, just like reading about him and learning about him. There was another movie, it was called The Secret Life of Jeffrey Dahmer, that came out in the mid-90s. That's actually, in my opinion, the best Dahmer movie. I haven't been able to find it, but I am looking for it. And there was also another VHS that it was called The Trial of Jeffrey Dahmer. It followed the trial. And this is one of the more recent ones, not too new. It's actually from 2002, so it's already 10 years old. But it's Dahmer, and it just shows the true story of Jeffrey Dahmer and his life as a serial killer, from when he started to killing his victims to eventually cannibalizing them. The first one, The Secret Life of Jeffrey Dahmer, like I said, it was very low budget, but it was more into, showed more detail on the murders. This one showed more about his personal life. It showed him his job at the chocolate factory, and then just has he they both have him picking up his victims and killing them. But this one, it's pretty good, but I still prefer the first one that I saw that came out back in the 90s. Like I said, The Secret Life of Jeffrey Dahmer. But this one, it is a decent watch, and Jeffrey Dahmer, his life, he's got a pretty interesting story. How he grew up, his childhood wasn't really that bad when you think about it. His parents were divorced, but he came up from a pretty, some stories have him coming off as in a poor, bad family, but then others, he came from a pretty good family. He just, his parents were divorced, that's pretty much it. And as a kid, he developed an obsession with killing animals, and not killing animals, but finding corpses and then dismembering them. But it's pretty interesting movie. There is another one also. It's called Raising Jeffrey Dahmer, and with his dad. I've only seen the movie one time, but they're all pretty much the same. There's only so many times you can make a movie about Jeffrey Dahmer. It's pretty much the same story. They try to change them up a little bit, but it's pretty much the same thing. But he killed 17 people, was sentenced to 950 years in prison, and he ended up actually getting murdered in prison by a guy who called himself the Resurrection of Jesus. So, lived a crazy life, died in a crazy way, but he was killed with I think he was beaten to death with a broomstick or a mop stick, one of the two. But there you go, Jeffrey Dahmer. If you're into serial killers, watch this. But I recommend the one from the 90s, The Secret Life of Jeffrey Dahmer. That one, it was pretty good. So there you go, Dahmer.